Hello, seekers. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Clay Cuts here, Square Peg Coaching. Awesome to have you back again. I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite things. I had a professor in graduate school that used to crack me up. He used to say, all right, this is the most important thing you're going to learn today. And then like 30 minutes later, he would say, all right, this is the most important thing you're going to learn. He would do that over and over again. And it was like, how can everything be the most important? But I get it because like it's all important. So today we're going to talk about construct number 4. This is about relationships. This is how to enjoy strong relationships that serve you and serve the other people in your life. It's really, really important. And honestly, that's the reason that a lot of people come to me and other people like me, both in my coaching practice and particularly in my therapy practice. You know, somebody comes to me because they've got an ultimatum from a spouse and they want that relationship to be better. And you know, sometimes it seems like, well, how can you work on a relationship when you're only working on one person in it? And actually, we can do a lot of work on one half of the dyad, as we call it, right? And so it's interesting. People will say to me some things like, or I'll hear like in some book or some, you know, wherever, like, marriage is a 50-50 proposition. And I did, no, that's wrong. It's not. Marriage is, for example, but any partnership is 100 proposition, meaning I'm responsible, 100% responsible for my relationship, and the other person in it is also 100% responsible. And any relationship, any marriage, any partnership is only as strong as the least healthy person in that relationship. And your job in your marriage, your job in your business partnership, your job in your relationship with your kids is to not be the least healthy person in that relationship. Like, your job is to not be it. By the way, the other person's job is also to not be it, right? So if you're working on yourself and they're working on their self, there's no way for the relationship not to get better. Like, absolutely no way. Or you get healthy enough to realize, hey, we're not meant to be together, and you make a you know, a healthy parting. But that's how it works. It's not you're responsible for this thing, that thing, and the other thing, and they're responsible for those people. Like, everybody's responsible for everything. So how do you create that relationship that's good for you and good for them? This is something I teach people all the time, and it's really, really transformational. And there's a lot to it. I can't go into it all here, but for instance, here's an example of being able to set good boundaries. And boundaries are way more important than people think, and it's something that a lot of healthy people do very, very naturally. You probably have people in your life who have good boundaries and people that have poor boundaries. And somebody who has good sort of healthy, high quality boundaries creates an energy in the world that feels very, very safe for the people around them. And the people that don't have good boundaries feel like hectic and frenetic and unpredictable and dangerous and generally just don't feel very, very good. And so part of this process is creating relationships that are good for both of you. And sometimes that means you got to up your game a little bit. Sometimes it means you got to step away. Sometimes it means you don't have to step completely away, but you have to love somebody from a few paces back, right? Somebody that's not going to respect your boundaries doesn't get full access to your life. I like somebody who does respect your boundaries. For example, there's more to it than boundaries, but that's a really, really, really important piece of it. And so, how do you create a relationship that serves other? Like, that's how it serves you, but how do you create a relationship that serves other people? And that's part of it. That's a really important part of it, because I want all of the relationships in your life, the romantic relationships, the friend relationships, the business relationships, to be win-win for everybody involved. And that's a really important part of what I do. And part of that is learning to lean into truth at a whole new level. Learning to be willing to sacrifice the relationship for truth. That will separate the wheat from the chaff. Absolutely. I'm not talking about being hateful. I'm not talking about being shocking. But I'm talking about being willing to tell people the truth in a way that either draws them to you or propels them, away from you, right? And so these are a lot of the things we work on. This is just sort of a summary, but this is a really important part of working with me and part of thriving. People who thrive have great relationships. Every relationship they have is high quality. And so that's a really important part of the process. So love to talk to you about thriving, whatever that means for you, whether it means being more successful in business, whether it means getting a promotion at work, whether it means getting closer to your kids or having a better marriage, or you get to determine what thriving means. You get to define it for yourself. And I'll if you want to do that, and if you want me to help you define it for you, I can absolutely do that as well. So I'm going to put a link below. Go ahead and click it, and you'll get my calendar will come up, and you can find a time, and we'll do a little video call, a little Zoom call, and just chat and just kind of explore together, and see if there's a way for me to help you. And so. Go ahead and do that now. I know you'll think I'll do it later, but you won't. People just don't. So if you're feeling sort of moved to do that now, go ahead and take advantage of that motivation, and we'll talk and see where it goes and sort of figure out what next steps look like that make sense to you. So I look forward to talking to you soon, and have another video coming out tomorrow that's about knowing yourself and understanding yourself. So stay tuned for that. Take care. Peace, love, later.